But why do you think it is that when you say the economy is improving and President Biden says the economy is improving, that a majority of Americans outside of this building are not buying it?
So here's the thing. When we walked into this administration, the economy was on a tailspin. That is the fact. Because of the last administration, because of the Trump administration, because of how they dealt with COVID and the pandemic, because they didn't have a comprehensive plan. The president came in, he passed the American Rescue Plan, which was able to get the economy back on its feet, which was able to open up small businesses were able to open up, schools were able to open up, and we understand what Americans have been feeling over the last 2-3 years. It's going to take some time. We get that. It's going to take some time, but it does not take away how we have seen the economy getting back on its feet. We actually had to fix the problem that we saw that the last administration left us.
Biden and his press secretary said that prices are going down. Is that your experience or is that not true?
No, that is definitely not true. Prices are definitely going up. I used to go across the street to Fordham to go get me a meal. I can't even get me a meal because that meant $20.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. I got an exciting news clip that we're gonna watch. As you can see, the last few days, the topics have kind of been the same. You know, we're watching a whole bunch of people now turn on the Democrats, turn on Joe Biden, and doing it openly. So we're gonna watch a news clip from New York, but not just any place in New York, but the Bronx, one of the most bluest places in the country. They overwhelmingly, I think at about an 80% rate, voted for Joe Biden. But now they have completely turned on it. This is, of course, if you don't know, AOC's district as well, where she's not even welcome anymore. You know, these people have turned on AOC as well. Every time she goes out there to speak to her people, she's getting yelled at. So, yeah, these folks hate the Democrats and they are openly saying it. So let's watch this clip together.
The Bronx is the bluest of New York City's boroughs and the only borough with a Hispanic majority. President Biden got 83% of the vote here in 2020. But now the Biden campaign is seeing polls coming out saying President Trump is gaining traction with voters of color, even younger voters. So I came to the Bronx to put a face on the numbers, and I was shocked by what I heard on the streets. Do you think that President Biden is doing a good job with the economy?
No, he's not doing nothing to support nobody.
Is he doing a good job? Yes or no?
No. I can see we're all going to be the streets homeless.
Biden and his press secretary said that prices are going down. Is that your experience or is that not true?
No, that is definitely not true. Prices are definitely going up. I used to go across the street to Fordham to go get me a meal. I can't even get me a meal because that meant $20.
Minority communities, we're not seeing the improvement. There's inflation with everything, food, gas, insurance prices. I mean, you name it.
Bidenomics is not working. It's just a complete mess. It's a disaster. Especially here in New York City, we're feeling it very hard.
If you could say anything to Biden right now, who says that the economy is improving, especially in black and brown communities, what would you say to him?
That's lies. I believe that's lies. Heavy lies on that, for sure.
Do you think that somebody else besides Biden should be president?
Yes,
next
of course. Bring back Trump.
Tell me why.
We had money. We had money when Trump was president.
Free my son Trump. Free my son Trump. Trump 2024, everybody. Trump 2024.
That's crazy. And we're here in the Bronx.
I'm gonna vote for Trump.
She said that's crazy.
He runs. Because I feel like it was much better when he was here financially for everybody. Not just me, for everybody.
I'm definitely voting for Donald Trump. He made sure we had money in our pockets. He was for the people. He made sure we had what we needed. I feel like everything will go back to how it was. I mean, ever since he's been out of office, everything's declined.
When Trump was president, my life was good. Economical-wise, I was doing so much better.
They're saying it's going to be Biden-Trump, so who will you vote for?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to go for Trump. Sorry.
I'm gonna go for Trump. Trump. Always Trump.
Here, let me see. Who are you voting for?
Trump.
Feeling the pain of price hikes is one thing, but the show of open support for former President Donald J. Trump on the streets of the Bronx was very surprising. And it's the sort of thing that has Biden campaign strategists looking very carefully at the messaging around Bidenomics as we get closer to 2024. Reporting for Newsmax from the streets of the Bronx, New York, I'm Kara Castronova.
Incredible. I love it. And And I can wholeheartedly feel for these folks here, because I can testify to the same exact thing with my own personal experiences as far as just on the economy side goes. I had my own business at that time as well during Trump's presidency. Me and my business partner had 4 trucks. We were doing contracts with different furniture companies, dropping off furniture like their freight basically to customers that ordered it online. And we had 4 to 5 trucks at a time. We had a couple of employees that were doing real good. We were doing real good. And I kid you not, as soon as Trump left office and Biden took over, everything went to shit. Because my expenses, our expenses for the business skyrocketed literally overnight. And of course, you know, in the trucking game, one of your biggest expense is gas. And that's one of the things that got impacted severely. You know, we were maybe putting about $40 to $50 a day in each truck for the routes for the day. After Trump left office, of course, the gas prices went up by almost double. So we were putting about $40, $50 a day, and now we were putting $100 to $120 a day. We went from spending about $60 to replace tires per tire, and it went to about $98 to $110 per tire. Our oil changes went from $40 all the way to $75 to $90. It literally took us out of the game. We sold our trucks. We had to let our guys go. When we tried to negotiate with different contractors to get increases on the pay for the loads, they wouldn't negotiate, or they wouldn't budge. So we had to literally shut the business down. We had to literally shut the business down and let everything go. So I completely understand where they're coming from. And that's just on the economy side. You know, these people are probably not even paying attention to any part of policy, you know, when it comes down to these politicians. They don't understand that there's just way more to it than, you know, your pockets. But that's what affects 90% of Americans today. See, the difference between what I've noticed with these Democrats is that they cater to the elites. They cater to the wealthy, the one percenters. So they don't care about what you experience as far as the economy goes, because those people can support themselves. It's not really much of an effect on them. But on the 90% of Americans who live day to day, or, you know, paycheck to paycheck, a slight increase on your expenses can be detrimental. And that's what's going on today. So all the policies that the Democrats and Biden administration was pushing for was to benefit the elites, to benefit the 1%. And that's why what you see here with the migration crisis, that's coming. You know, they're doing all that for corporations and cheaper labor. And of course, you know, to get more voters. But it's crazy that the Democrats are so out of touch that when the average American is suffering day to day, that's the only thing that they're worried about. They would throw abortion to the side. They would throw so-called LGBTQ rights to the side. They would throw, any other issue besides the fact that their livelihood is affected day to day. Their rent is skyrocketed. Their groceries is at a high. Their everyday utilities are extremely expensive. So they don't care about any of the other issues. So when they're comparing their lives to when Trump was in office to what they're experiencing right now, who wouldn't want Trump back? Who would not want Trump back? They're not worried about the convictions. They don't care about none of that. Like I said, they don't probably even pay attention to politics anyway. They don't know about the investigations and the indictments and all the Hunter Biden situation and Biden's freaking corruption cases and all that. They don't know nothing about that. They just look at the economy or what was going on with Trump and then what's going on with Biden today. They compared it to and like, hey, you know what? That McDouble or that Big Mac, it wasn't $20 when Trump was in office. That's what they're looking at. So I thought this was incredible. And, you know, like we see here, it's a trend right now. And remember, whenever it's crazy now, you know, even the reporter pointed it out that not only are people voting for Trump, but they're loud about it now. They're out loud in the Bronx, like you see, saying in the streets, hey, I'm voting for Trump. That wasn't allowed back in the day. We were shamed. We were called names. We were told that we were racist and white supremacists and Uncle Toms and bigots for supporting Donald Trump back in the day. They were making fun of us. That's why she's even shocked. But now you see, it's okay. How the tables have turned. How the tables have turned. So that's why you should never let anybody shame you into silence as far as your political views go. Don't let nobody tell you how you should express your opinion on politics. And, you know, of course, as long as you're open-minded, don't be like these leftists that are just so closed off and not even open to criticism or debate. So I love being challenged. That's the difference between us conservatives and liberals is that, hey man, if I say something incorrect, call me out. Let me know what I said. I love learning. That's how I learn and get better at what I do. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about this video in the comment section. Of course, like the video, guys. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you want more content, hit the subscribe button with the notification bell so you get reminded every time I bring a brand new video. Thanks for being here, guys. Peace.